I want to go over and just show a few things here that are all pump related, that are some really common wear parts, really common things that you will kind of work on. When you're coming to grease, you need a grease. Corken specifies in there that they want a grease that's an extremely low temperature grease. I think they got it marked at 60 or 65 degrees below zero is what they want to be able to flow at. I was using AMSOIL when I had a guy that was an AMSOIL dealer. It says right here that it's rated at 40 below, but when you go and you actually read the product description, it says it's good, I think, to 70 below. I use it for a long time, trouble-free, nothing wrong with it. But because it says AMSOIL, it's expensive as sin. And when I lost that dealer, I didn't have a ready access. So I went on Amazon and I bought this Jet Lube. Jet Lube says service rating negative 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It does everything the AMSOIL did. I can get this easily, and it is significantly less expensive. I had mentioned a Quadriflex sleeve when I was doing pump maintenance, and this is what a Quadriflex sleeve looks like. It's two-part. These gear teeth fit into the metal hub on each side, on the gear drive side and the pump side, and they want to fully engage. When you put them in, you don't want to see any of this edge. It should all be seated inside there. And it's a two-parter. It's easier to put together than what you might think. You just got to make sure everything is lined up height-wise and as square as you can get it before you put this together. And then it's just a matter of dropping it in and slowly rotating it while you squeeze it in. And it goes together pretty well. And it's a very, very good. You'll pay for it, of course, but they have saved me a great deal of heartache. If you're going to be working on taking the sides of a pump off, I strongly suggest you buy that kit number from Corken. And it works on all of their vane-driven pumps. And it's everything you need inside here to replace mechanical seals. It's great. It is a labor saver. It is, in there I taped inside here a parts list of everything that they send. So if I lose something, break something, I can always go and reference this and order me some spare replacement parts. It has been a godsend. Thank you, Corken, for developing that. A pump bearing. Just want to show you what a pump bearing is. I got a used one in there I could show you, but it's just a mess. They're tough. They're really tough. They just need enough grease. That's why when you grease it, you just put in just enough grease, and it'll work just fine. Then there's your two grease seals, an inner and an outer. If when it comes to replacing mechanical seals, usually replace that one. Is pretty common. And then I always keep these. These are at the end, on the end of the bearing cap. On the Lovejoy, I said they had a Hydro Spider. Here's a used one. I don't have any new ones because when I last time I replaced these spiders, they were all in good shape. These are not beat to death. They're not distorted. They're not warped, twisted. So I keep them as a backup. And as a rule, every time I pull a motor, which I pull my three-phase motors once every 5 years to get rebuilt, every time I pull a motor to get rebuilt, I put in a brand new spider. And so far, it's been a really good routine for me. Here's a grease vent. Very simple. You can get these at Granger. You can get them at Imperial Supplies. You can get them from Zorro. I'm sure from a lot of places. Super simple. It's like $2 a piece. And you can see just a little spring. And that's about the only way to check them, is if you pull it out and it doesn't spring back, replace it. If you have a difficult time pulling it out, replace it. They're too cheap. They're too cheap to put up with a problem. And then here's some adjusting shims to properly center your rotor in a cork and pump, and you can see these things are just super duper thin. And I have them just in case I actually lose what's in there. But as you take a pump apart, you just whatever shims come out one side, you put those same shims back in, and you will be trouble free. But like I said, I keep some of these simply because I have a lot of spare parts for a lot of things. And I mentioned earlier, while greasing, you might have to shim your pump or your gear drive up. I got these from my motor shop, the people that rebuild my electrical motors. And it's just a simple kit. They go from, you know, fairly thick to all these in between, and you can see these are the sizes I've used the most to re-shim things. It's just easier to buy these nice stainless steel ones. There's my sizes that I range by over there. Corken, their shims are, I think they're just a carbon steel. They work great. These is what I could get, and they are trouble free. They're nice because they got this tab. It's easy to slide in, slide out as you need to. And then this is when you get a mechanical seal. This is your kit. It comes with the outer O-ring to go on the end plate, and then it's got a new grease seal right inside there. And then you have the mechanical seal itself. I'm not going to fully open it up, but I'll open it up enough just to show you. There's your carbon seal. This is a face. I don't know, I forget what the actual name of it is, but this is your wear face right here. This attaches to your rotor, and then you got your side plate inside here. And this slips on your rotor. This goes inside the head, the end plate, and then this right here is what runs on that polished face. So we want to make sure you don't let that get abused. Don't let it get beat up. So that's just a small little display of some of the other parts. I have enough spare parts to completely rebuild one whole pump assembly. I mean, everything. I got all the spare parts. I new motor, new gear drive, new pump. If I lost all three of them, I could, in the same day, swap them out and be right back up in operation. It's always maintain a healthy supply of spare parts and a smart supply of spare parts. And that's it.